Going back to what you asked about Europe, again, I mean, when you say where power resides, I mean, power resides in lots of different places, and it oscillates. Sometimes a parliament, for instance, has a lot of power. Sometimes a single member of parliament has a lot of power. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes a parliament doesn't have power. Sometimes, like in the age of social media has power and overtakes the power of politicians, and politicians have to cower from the social media. At other times, it's the other way around. Social media companies can be very vulnerable to legislation from government. So there's never a fixed... I don't think there's ever a fixed...
You don't think that's a naive way of thinking?
Well, obviously, I don't think my own way of thinking is naive.
Well, listen, I'm having this conversation with you because I'm curious to know how you process this part, because logically, none of this makes sense. Let me go back to when you're saying, do you believe there's such a thing as an establishment, a anti-establishment? Do you believe there's such a thing as, the groups of people of money and power behind closed doors that, are the puppet masters who feel they can control and influence elections, societies, countries, wars?
I think it's a low resolution way of thinking. Very low resolution.
Unpack that for me.
I think that, again, it comes down to the nature of the world being extremely complex always, much more complex in this era where we get insight into things we would never have got insight into before. The ability on our devices to find out information we would never have been allowed to find out before, and to hear opinions we could never have heard before. There is, in my view, a temptation. There are many temptations in this era, but one of them is to see specific guiding hands in certain places, because it is a consolation to us to help us through what otherwise looks like something too close to chaos. Mm-hmm. So let me just take one of the words you use, establishment. Do I believe there is an establishment? No. There are lots of establishments. Lots. There are financial establishments, for sure. There are political establishments, for sure. There's a Democrat establishment. There's a Republican establishment. There are different establishments within each of these parties.
What I'm talking
about.
Idea,
when you say an establishment, I want to which one, what? Who are we talking about? Do we think that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton get together with Bill Gates and agree on anything? No.